Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, my co-host Barbara will be here soon, and we were going to talk about something Halloween-related, Halloween and Playboy related. So she should be here soon, and, I talked to her earlier today, so, she knows to come on, and, let's see here, okay, let me see if, first I texted her, okay, and we are going to see, because usually when she comes on right before, and so let me see if, give me a second here. Okay, so I texted her. Okay. I'm going to try calling her. Okay, so I see you're waiting. Okay. And while we're waiting, this is Halloween, obviously, and people are doing Halloween stuff, getting dressed and putting on costumes and, So, she should be seeing the text soon. Okay. And while we're waiting, give me 1 second here. Okay. All right. Hello, Barbara.
Hi.
How are
Hello,
you?
Johnny.
How are you doing?
I am great. You know what? My clock said I had 9 minutes left, and so that was odd. That's a weird thing that happened on Halloween. But Halloween can be kind of spooky, and weird things can happen. Do you have your costume on?
No, I don't have a costume. I stopped doing the costumes a while ago, but I like seeing what everybody else does.
What if you go to a costume party?
I've never gone to a costume. Well, I would never go to one. I just feel like I think that, to be honest, the costumes make me feel kind of vulnerable a little bit, I mean, it's
a party time. It's a party time. If you're not in the mood to party and laugh and talk with a lot of people and, having conversations about what you're wearing, then you probably are right. It's not for you. A Halloween party might not be your thing.
I will tell you that we had a phone call. Me and you had a phone call earlier today, and we were going to talk about Halloween, and we were also going to talk about some memories that you've had about Halloween and about Playboy. Is that right?
Yes, it is such a crazy story, and I'm telling it for the first time here on Life, Laughter, Happiness. And, it's kind of funny how you don't even put two and two together until much later in life, which did happen. I have an almost 18-year-old daughter, and it just crossed my mind. I think I've thought about this before, but guess what? I know exactly when and where she was conceived.
Oh, wow.
Guess.
Playboy Mansion.
Yes. Is that funny or what?
Interesting.
I know, because today you were, we were talking about the show, and, I have a few stories about the Playboy Mansion that are kind of wild, but then I thought, well, let's think about something that I did there on Halloween, and then I thought, wait a minute. I took her dad, who's passed away now because he was killed when she was not even 2 by a drunk driver. But, okay, we were an item. We were totally serious. I took him to the Playboy Mansion for a big Halloween party, and we were both living in Las Vegas. I was out there doing that show, Headlights and Tailpipes, and I met him right at the end of the contract, and, we just were glued together. We were inseparable since the day we met until, anyway. Okay, I took him to the Playboy Mansion. I said, you've got to see the Halloween party there. It is the best, because it is. Hef did the greatest haunted house. He got all of the real professional backdrops and all of the equipment from studios, build it every year, and it was a big deal. So we flew out to L.A., and we got this wonderful little quaint hotel, which was right across the street from where I lived. For years, I lived in Beverly Hills on Crescent Drive. And so I said, let's just get that little boutique hotel room on the Crescent Drive, and then we'll go up to the mansion for Halloween. And we even rented costumes in Las Vegas and packed them and brought them with us. They were very professional. We went to a special costume store, and we were like the gladiators. And we both had those chest plates on that were, I thought, invincible. But my story is that it's a two-part story about how my daughter was conceived and where at the Playboy Mansion, and also what happened there. And it wasn't so great. That shield, which was the only thing I was wearing on top, this plate, it was made of plastic. It broke because I was in the haunted house, and it was crazy. Everybody was laughing and pushing, and, it broke in there. And I had to walk around the mansion for that whole rest of the party holding it against my top because, yes, it is the Playboy Mansion, but people do not just walk around with absolutely nothing on top just hanging there. They're either body painted or they have some form of lingerie on. You just don't walk around like that. So I had to hold that on to him. You know what? I'm tired of, my hand is getting tired of holding this up. He felt really bad for me because the costume was fantastic other than that. And I said, let's go to the game room and relax for a while. So the game room has 2 extra rooms on the side. One is a blue room and one is a red room, and they're private rooms. They have mirrors on the ceiling, and you can close and lock the door. And it's so strange. It's like a magical place when you go in there because the party is packed. But you go in there, it's always like cool and casual. People are just chilling out, playing some billiards and playing some not ping pong, but where you pull it. Not foosball either. What is it called? Pinball, right? Not right. Foosball. Pinball. Not foosball. It's pinball. Okay. So, he had all of those famous pinball machines there that I believe, if they haven't been auctioned off already, they're at Christie's auction house. but I have many photos there. So I took him into one of those private rooms, and that is the perfect timing from when my daughter was born. And people would probably say, oh, well, that wasn't 9 months. No, because I actually got pregnant with twins, and the boy did not make it, and my daughter did. And she was so early. She came 7 months. Yeah, she came at 7 months. So
I was going to do math.
It does calculate. Well, plus on that trip, I forgot my birth control pills, and I even told him. I mean, I wasn't trying to hide it. Okay, This was a big shock, although it was wonderful. I mean, we were both more than ready for it and happy, but I mean, just to know exactly when it happened was interesting. So that's pretty cool too. I haven't even told her that.
Wow. Has she ever been?
I mean, the wild part was doing what we did there, because a lot of people say that the security guards are watching everything, Johnny.
Oh, wow.
I know. And isn't it weird that I didn't even think of that? Because I thought, oh, why would they? I'm sure they're not. Or maybe it didn't even cross my mind, or I didn't care. I don't know. But I did that another time with Lorenzo. I told that story already. I should have saved it first for Life, Laughter, Happiness, but I didn't. I already told that story.
Well, what happened?
And that was during a
Lorenzo?
Super Bowl party. Well, I did the same thing I did with my boyfriend Mark when I brought him into the room. What do you think I did? How do you think babies are made?
Oh, I know how they're made. It's just a matter of where they're married. Where? I mean, I was talking about the where.
Well,
we were talking about the where.
Sometimes they're not made during the process of what we're talking about, okay? So that's what I did. I did it 2 times. I have been a Playboy Playmate for over 30 years, and that's a lot of mansion stays. I stayed there shooting everything, and I also went to, I don't think I missed a party. The only when a couple of times we missed where we threw our own New Year's Eve party for 30 people at Spago in Beverly Hills, which goes from the night all the way until the next morning when Wolfgang Puck himself actually serves the breakfast to you. It's so premier. So my boyfriend and I took 25 people there of our own. You know, I mean, my lifestyle was flying around, traveling, and having my own big crew. So, but most of them I made it. So that's a lot of times going to the Playboy Mansion and only doing that 2 times. But I also did see something up there. But I'm going to save that for another time because, you know, I'm sure you have a lot of questions and maybe you'd like to bounce the ball back a little bit during this episode.
Well, but I think that what's interesting is now I refresh my memory. What has happened to the Playboy Mansion and where is it right now? Because I've heard that Cooper wants to rebuy Playboy for $100 million.
He's talking about the company. The company is different than the house. I mean, the house was sold to a private person.
Okay, well, why can't somebody buy the house back and rebuild it?
A man bought the house. He lives in it. So it has nothing to do with the mansion. He's talking about the company. It's amazing.
Do you think he's going to do it?
I don't know. I saw that news as well, and I did get an email from Playboy. I did tell you about a month ago saying that they were going to be doing some things in the future and if I would be interested and if I am available and where do I reside now. And these are all new people. These aren't people that the Playmate sisters and I and you know that we've interviewed know really these people. They're you know, they're like the new Playboy, which was not nude, which was no Playmate. So it's going to be maybe a new thing. So I said, yes, I am. I find it quite interesting.
Actually, what's interesting is what's your opinion of somebody using AI to make a picture or a video?
To change a picture or enhance, or what was the question?
It's so funny because I thought that this was what was happening, but it turned out that it wasn't what's happening today. And I was just on the phone with her. I was on the phone with Elkie. Elkie put on her Instagram a video of her running on the beach, and she's wearing a white bathed bikini, and next to her is this other lady that's also running on the beach, also wearing a white bikini, and they're running from the water onto the sand. The thing is that I kept looking at the video, and I kept thinking to myself, which one's Elkie? I mean, how I like Elkie, but he said, like, I couldn't tell which one is which. And I actually thought for a while that what Elkie did was use AI to make the video look like she was running on the beach with herself.
Oh, did you ask
that it was
her? She's always at the beach.
Yes, I did. And it was not her. It was her friend from Egypt. But I mean, if you saw the video, you would be you saw them from a distance, you would be thinking to yourself, which one's Elkie? You wouldn't be able to tell.
Oh, my gosh, are they riding horses, too? I'm looking right now.
No, it's
it's just a blonde girl. I would know the difference right away. Johnny, you don't know the difference if somebody has makeup on or they don't have makeup on. We've been over this. I put my two photos near each, right side by side, and you could not even tell the difference. So, no, you're not the one to ask about that. And she's not going to put another person into her video when she has plenty of friends to choose from. She doesn't have to create them with AI.
It looked like it from a second, and then I thought because it was the same outfit, the same bathing suit, and it looked like I mean, you see the video.
I'll check it out later.
It's on her Instagram.
That's funny. Okay, because I was looking at Facebook. I was looking at the wrong thing, but yes, she did tell me that she was going there. But that's a conversation we can have in private because we are trying to stay on topic here.
But I
okay.
guess the point is that I just sort of feel like I don't know. Playboy has sort of a nostalgia with me, I mean, it's like the girl next door, there's a nostalgia there. And Hugh Hefner always made it easy to talk about the subject of sex, but never it was and that was the way that he kind of talked, But I mean, it was
special going up to the mansion, and the people who were able to go up there, they're all very grateful, I'm sure. But I remember when I was going up there, and it was just prime time, and it was going on year after year, and there was no, end to sight, really. And I just said to myself, make sure you really are really taking all this in and appreciating it, because this is special, and someday it's not going to be here. And that happened, and before I knew it really, wow, then Hef was in his 80s. So it's an iconic time. It is a part of a very iconic brand, time, knowing a legend like Hugh Hefner, being a Playmate in the 90s, which is very cool because they had a lot of money at the time, and we were doing a lot of promotional work, shooting a lot. It was growing. It was exciting. And also we saw Hef both ways. We saw him as a family man, married, having kids, then splitting up 5 years later, I saw, and him just becoming the old Hef that we always had heard about, So it's really interesting. It's been quite a ride, and I thought, why not start talking about some memories and stories?
Yeah.
So we could do that more often if you'd like, because it seems like you personally really enjoy it, Johnny.
Well, I like it because it's who you are. And, I like it when you can say, I want to talk about this because this means a lot to me, I mean, that's, and, you can bring your friends on. I like that.
Thank you.
I mean, that's just so funny.
Soon.
What?
We've got to bring another friend in soon, another Playboy Playmate friend. It's so easy.
Yeah.
They all respect, and I appreciate them all. But I've seen them again too, though, because of the new Rogue Bunny stuff I've been doing.
Now, I want to ask you about something. I heard somewhere that there was a Playboy Playmate that roomed with Melania Trump. Is that true?
Yes. It's Victoria Silvstedt.
Did we ever have her on?
From Sweden.
What?
She's from Sweden, and she was her roommate.
Yes. Do you know her that well, or?
Oh, yeah. Victoria is so fun. She did move to Monte Carlo a while ago, so I haven't seen her for a long time, but she did invite me to her bachelorette party, which was so funny. She had the male stripper. She was sitting in the chair. The guy was like that, all muscular, wearing like a thong, tiniest little swimsuit the guy was wearing. And we were all going crazy laughing because that's what it's about. It's funny. It's just a funny, kind of an American tradition type thing. And it's so funny is that's the whole reason why Lorenzo broke off our wedding, is because he thought that I actually did that. He thought that I got a lap dance and had a male stripper. and my brother said, well, who cares? Well, she didn't, but if she did, isn't that normal? Isn't that what they do at their bachelorette? Anyway,
well, you can't get
her.
pregnant from a lap dance.
I went to hers, and I thought, well, she isn't getting Americanized here, and still might have videos of that night, but she's a great, down-to-earth. You might not think so, because she's like this tall, statuesque, like glamorous, gorgeous Victoria.
Do you think we'll ever have her on, or?
Well, I haven't asked her, but I could ask her. She's all the way in Monte Carlo, Monaco, but yes, I will ask her. Why don't we talk about scheduling another time, though? Wow.
Okay,
you sure have a lot of hot mansion questions, Johnny.
Well, I think what it is that I've always thought, it would have been nice to have visited the mansion. That's like the center place of celebrities in the world, I mean,
that's what you
it's
said.
like, Ron, you what?
That's what you said. That's what you have
whenever
said.
Whenever I talk to you about celebrities that you've met, you always seem to, like, mention it in the mansion, like Rodney Dangerfield with his robe open. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But you sounded like nobody could really hear what you just said because it's muscly. Tell the audience what you just said. That's funny.
Rodney Dangerfield wearing his robe, with his robe.
Yes, Rodney Dangerfield. Okay, rest in peace. He's hilarious. I saw him live in Las Vegas, and when we went backstage, my group of people, we went back there, and I know he was doing it on purpose, and he just sat there with his, like, just really in a relaxed position with his silk robe just, like, half covering his family jewels.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so funny. And his wife, she was so elegant in this beautiful baby blue suit, blonde, gorgeous woman standing there with her hand. She was pretty young, prime in her 40s prime, and had her hand on his shoulder and like just acting demure, like she didn't even know what was going on. She had every bit of knowledge of what was going on in that room. And so it was interesting meeting a lot of the celebrities over the years. Each one has a little different story, even if it's
Did
just
you
a
ever
few
meet Tom Cruise?
seconds. No.
Tom Cruise. Did you
But
ever
I
meet
have
him?
met people in the Brat Pack, by the way, and actually, got a little heavy with Rob Lowe on a cruise. And, he was happening at that time. About last night, he just had filmed. And Judd Nelson, I have a fantastic photo with him and a fun Midsummer Night's Dream party with that group.
Mike Tyson.
And Owen Wilson, he's a young actor. I saw him at a 60s dress-up party. They used to have dress-up parties even when it wasn't Halloween. And I wore a silver wig and a groovy 60s velvet jumpsuit. And it just was like I was going to tell you, it was a magical place because even if you were in the blue room, it was like nobody knocked and said, get out of there, what are you doing? And nobody did that. It was like this calm, great energy, wonderful, safe, because once you were there, you were safe. There were security guards that would protect the Playmate no matter what. Yeah.
I've heard that you couldn't, that like, it wouldn't be something that somebody could sneak into, You wouldn't be able to do that.
They try. Oh, no, actually, hey, Johnny, nope, I did get somebody in once. Yes, in my limo. I had my own limo for a while when I was with somebody for a long time, a wonderful boyfriend. And so I would take it. I never even brought that boyfriend up to the mansion because we went once for a Halloween party and he couldn't even get in because he didn't even have a photo identification. After how long it takes to get all gussied up, I had a $2,000, I'm not kidding, trashy lingerie custom made, my pirate costume that year with the huge coat that had a long train with the corset, the whole 9 yards. The Prada boots above the knee. I just was so excited to go. And we couldn't even go because of that, because he had an Indiana driver's license where they didn't have a photo ID on it. So, You know what he said, though? We got home. He's like, I have fallen in love with you even more because you did not even get the little bit least upset about this. And I go, well, there's nothing we can do about it. You didn't know, I didn't know, and it's not your fault. It is your fault, but things got a little stricter when the parties started getting very huge, and they were pretty strict at the security to get through. After a while, you couldn't even take your limo up anymore. You had to take this shuttle bus. A lot of people who've been up to the mansion know what I'm talking about. They were just busting up loads full of lingerie-clad people. It just was a madhouse. But back to where we were with the mansion. Oh, getting somebody in. I did get somebody in. I got somebody in, and it was a girl. We had a full limo of people, and so somehow she got out, and I don't know. She wasn't on. I don't know. I just can't even remember. But I got somebody in. I did. I snuck them in. It was like a model friend of mine that I knew, and she was just outside on the road, like.
You don't remember her? Or?
I just don't remember. To me down the road, but it's not even that big of a deal. I think somebody else knows the story, though, so maybe it'll come up in the future sometime. You know, I saw somebody used my image from Playboy, and they changed the image a little bit with the color and made it somewhat of a black and white type of artistic thing, and then they put it on the cover of their book. I found it on Amazon, like How to Treat Your Woman or something, a guide to how to treat your woman. They used my image, and they're not supposed to steal images from me, and they definitely are not supposed to steal them from Playboy. So isn't that crazy? I just found that.
Yeah.
They're selling everything on Amazon now. They're selling Playboy videos. I was saying, hey, to a Playmate friend, what was that video in where they featured just our legs, and it was really pretty silhouettes, and we did all of these Vogue poses with just our legs, and she's like, hot legs, Playboy's hot legs. So I looked it up. You can buy it on Amazon. And I'm billed, you know, because I have an IMDb. So Amazon and IMDb now are together doing something. They're connected. You can get a lot of stuff there. I'm wondering if I think I could even sell things on Amazon. It's becoming like an eBay type thing.
Yeah.
You personally do it. You personally can sell it on your things on Amazon, I believe so. But Johnny, okay, I think we've covered the topic of the Playboy Mansion sexcapades of Barbara Moore, and one very good result of it, by the way, which that weekend it was very nice. Besides my breast shield breaking and my costume getting ruined early on at the night, something great came out of it, which was my daughter. And she would have eventually, but, you know, there's nothing like that one moment of time where the planets are aligned in a certain way. Only that moment in time, that one person is ignited and their soul is there inside of you as their mom growing. And that I probably would have had a kid maybe in a week or 2 or 3 I would have conceived, but that one kid, I would never replace that for a million years. For a million anything, I wouldn't replace it for anything. So that's a cool story, right? And happy birthday to my mom too, who you know, rest in peace, Mom. I've been thinking about her all month long. I think about her every day, but especially in October because she was a Halloween baby born on October 31st. And she would have been 1946. So how old would she have been, Johnny? She died a few years ago, like 78 or something, 78 or 79.
That would be 78, I believe, because my father was born on January 20th, 1946. So. Okay.
So I really have missed her, and I was reading some of her articles she used to write. She used to be the head of the churches and Christian women's ministries across the country, as we've done shows about her. So we wanted to do a shout out about loving her and always remembering her, and we love our mom and grandma, and the memory of her will never ever fade. She's a Scorpio, and we used to always have fun. In fact, Halloween's probably one of my favorites, if not, well, besides Christmas, one of my favorite holidays, just because it's so fun, but it also was my mom's birthday, and she didn't always want an orange and black Halloween-style themed birthday card, and I made sure that she got a flowered one or something pastel, because she had to share her birthday always on Halloween. But she had so many funny stories. Her mother would just do these crazy parties, and she would tell my daughter about all these crazy parties. And then my daughter, when she was 6, said, I want a party like Grandma had. So in May, we had a we had a costume party, like a Halloween costume, scary party, and all the kids came, tons of them, like 25 kids came, all completely dressed up to the hilt. And I had decorated it so perfectly in this huge little theater behind our home. So it's wonderful to celebrate Halloween on the show today with you, Johnny, and I wish everybody a spectacular evening. Be careful, trick or treat, and please save me some candy because I'm not going to go trick or treating tonight. I love candy. All right, everybody, have a safe Halloween. Thank you, Johnny.
Good night, everyone.
Good night for now.